Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Book Dates with Liz. Today we're going to do a little video about just some general bookish updates in my life. So come with me to talk about them. To start out, Christmas tree's up. She's really little. Don't hate on her. I said him first, so don't hate on him. But Christmas decorations are finally out. I'm so excited. So Christmas tree's going to be in the video today. Say hi to Christmas tree. Okay, so we're starting out with a book I was reading for school. So if you guys have been following my Instagram account or like have heard me, maybe I've talked about it on here before. For one class I had to read a book and do a presentation. The other class I have to read a book and write a paper. So I finished the presentation one and I got 19.5 out of 20. So I did really freaking good, way better than I thought I was gonna do. Anyway, the book was Much Ado at the End of the World by Anna Singh, whatever. This was interesting, but it was also low-key kind of boring. I think it was boring because I'm a stubborn bitch and I was reading this for class and didn't want to read it, but also because there's a lot of, like, a big portion of the book is focused on, like, capitalism and how it works in, like, the the mushroom trade for this specific mushroom. So that wasn't super interesting, and it took a lot of time before we actually started getting into the beef about the mushrooms and the trees and that kind of stuff. So it was good. I think if I would have picked it up out of personal interest just to read for fun, it would have been more interesting for me and more entertaining. But since it was for school and I wasn't totally into it, I think that's what knocked it down a few bars. I annotated this because it is for school. I'm usually not an annotator. I only usually do it for like for books I read for school or for like life advice books kind of, or if it's just like a statement that like really stands out to me. So I did that for this one, but not a usual practice. But so she is finished and we don't have to work with it anymore. I'm probably gonna take all these tabs out because they were only relevant to the presentation I was doing, but we're done with her. So this is the book that we just finished, and I'm currently reading it on my phone, but I'm reading The Reformatory as my current read. Update number 2, I suppose. For those of you who've never heard of it, it's this story, I think it's in like the 40s that it takes place. 2 black siblings. There's Gloria, she's the older girl, and then there's Robbie, or Robert Jr., who's the little boy. And we follow them through this time. A white boy comes and like hits on Gloria and like tries to grab her or whatever, and then Robbie doesn't like it and is protective of his sister, so he kicks the white boy, and so they call the police on him and he goes to court and he gets sent to this reformatory school for boys, and he's sentenced there for 6 months. So we follow him through his time in the reformatory school, and we follow Gloria as she tries to get him out and like outside, like in the town. But Robbie can also see ghosts. They call him haints in the book, but he can also see ghosts. So we're also navigating his relationship with the ghosts and his time there. So it's a good story. It's interesting. Sometimes it's hard to get through. The ghosts, when they describe them, are a little unnerving sometimes. So I think it would have been good like around Halloween instead of Christmas. But the story's good so far. I think I'm about 70% through, but yeah, I'm very excited to be reading like a fun book instead of, you know, a book for school. But so that's my current read. My next one that I will be reading will be for book club, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is the next one for book club. We're reading The Hunger Games, like 1 book a month. We were supposed to read this last month, but me and the other 2 girls were pretty busy, so we haven't gotten to this yet. So this is the one for this month. Once I get done with the reformatory. We're also setting a goal this month so that we're more driven to get it done by the end of December, and I think we decided on 3 or 4 chapters a week, I think, tentative. So I'm really excited to get into this. I'm hoping to get the reformatory done before Christmas. Well, like the 19th and the 20th, me and my boyfriend have, me and my boyfriend have Christmases to go to at home. We have a 6-hour drive. So I'm hoping I can get the reformatory done before that trip so I can read this on the drive and really enjoy it, because my boyfriend likes to drive the whole time. So passenger princess reading over here. So yeah, so this is the next book on the reading list. So really excited for this. I'm really excited to, I'm glad, because up until this book, the first 3 Hunger Games books, I have watched the movies. So there wasn't a whole lot of content in the books that I was like genuinely shocked to read, right? Obviously there's some things that are different because the book and the movies are not exactly the same, and I've forgotten some things because it's been a while. But most of those books, I was not surprised. I didn't have the plot twist shock that you get with the book. So I'm hoping, since I have no idea what this is about, I haven't seen the movie, that I can really enjoy all of the genuine, reading of this and be shocked by something. I want to get that twist, like, oh my gosh, did that really happen? What's going on kind of vibes. So I'm really excited to read this. Next, so when I was home for Thanksgiving, my sister gave me my birthday present. So her husband has this Kindle, and I think I've already made a video or talked about this, but my Kindle broke, and he never really used his, so they decided to give me his for my birthday present. And then Samantha, my sister, said she would buy me a case and some stickers for it. So I have like this clear case, but then she bought me a whole bunch of stickers. I think there's like 100 in here in this Ziploc bag. The packaging would not hold them all after I took them out. I didn't know how to get them back in, so they're in this bag. But they're not really like reading specific stickers. They're just a whole bunch of like funny stickers that kind of shimmer. So I have a couple. I'm going to do like a little tour of the ones I have on here. So the funniest one, I think that's book relative, is like caution, wet when reading or something. Wet floor when reading. And it's a girl like sitting on the floor. I thought that was really funny. Next we have read banned books, gain forbidden knowledge. Because I don't really pay attention to a lot of stuff. I'm very like avoidant person in general, I guess. So I never really understood what like the banned books meant, or what that meant for the books that were banned. So I did a little more research this year and learned about the banned books. And so now we have this little banned book sticker to remind me of that, which is really fun. We also have This is the Skin of a Killer Bella with rainbow fish. If you know rainbow fish, you know rainbow fish. Rainbow fish is the shit. I got the Rainbow Fish book for my niece for Christmas. Rainbow Fish is this beautiful fish with all these shimmery rainbow scales, and he realizes that sharing is caring, and he shares all those beautiful scales, and at the end he only has one shimmer scale, and everyone else has a shimmer scale. So we love Rainbow Fish. Rainbow Fish is special. So therefore we have Rainbow Fish with This is the Skin of a Killer Bella, and he's shimmery. So that's fun. Then we have Touch My Coffee and I'll Drink It From Your Skull. I'm a coffee girl, as most, book readers are. We're caffeinated to the core. And so we have the coffee reference. We have Girl Dinner, and it's a praying mantis eating her husband. Love. And we have a skeleton, which says, I guess I'll dissociate. Sorry for the reflection, but we have him, because I'm going to school forensic anthropology, and we love dissociating when we read. We love skeletons. And then we have Jesus that says, I saw that, for the smutty books I read to keep me, whatever. So that's my little Kindle sticker tour. Every once in a while when I'm reading on this, I was like, wow, I wish I would have a pop socket. And then I realized that that's just, propaganda of pop sockets on Kindles, and my hand works just fine. So I'm not going to get a pop socket out of spite, and we're not going to be influenced to do that. I just turned my thing on. So we're going to live without a pop socket. So that's my Kindle sticker tour. We also put a lot of stickers on my computer, my new laptop, for fun, because I love stickers. So we have that. Okay, next. I mentioned this on my Bookstagram. I put a little, post about it. But on Black Friday, whenever I went shopping with my mom and grandma and aunts and stuff like that, we went to Target, and they had, I don't remember what it's called, the mini brands, like balls or whatever. They had one for books, so I grabbed it. I already opened it. This isn't like an opening reveal video, but I'm gonna give you like a little tour of what I got. So first of all, they have this little pamphlet that gives you all of the options you can get. And it also says like which one's like rare and stuff like that. So we'll start off. Most of them were like around the same size, okay? So the normal books, the average ones, we have Jane Eyre. I don't think you can see very good. Let's see this, people do. There we go. Jane Eyre, a little copy of her. What's funny with all of these is like you can read the first page. Like the first page has literal words, and then everything else after that is like gibberish. It's just lines. You can't read it or anything. But so we have Jane Eyre. And then I don't know if I'm saying that either, but whatever. We have The Art of War. This little one. Then we have Wuthering Heights. I did a mention of Wuthering Heights on my page before. I bought the book because it's a classic and I'm trying to get more into those, but I also saw the movie trailer for that's coming out in January or February, I think, and it seemed like really steamy and interesting. It's with Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie, and so I was like, is this really what it's like? But I guess, like, as movies do, they dramatize the book and it's not entirely the same. So I really want to read this before the movie comes out and then watch the movie and, you know, whatever. So that one. We also have, hold on, Sherlock Holmes. I have a little addition of him. And the final normal one we have is The Secret Garden. She's a cutie little one. I like the cover of that one. So those are the fun ones. And then we also came with 2 bookmarks for Jane Eyre and Sherlock Holmes. They're like literally so small. Oh, okay, yeah. They are so freaking tiny. Okay. Those are fun. And then we got a rare book, like one of the rare ones on the list. We got the Sherlock Holmes rare one, which is noticeably larger than the normal one, okay? And like, I was like feeling this one in the package, because, you know, each book is like individually packaged. And I was feeling it, and I was like, this is huge, like, what is this? And so it's this copy of Sherlock Holmes, but then you open it, guys. Here, I'll do this like on camera like this. You open it, and there's a magnifying glass in there, like hidden inside. And it was so cool. So this is one of the luxury ones that are one of the surprises inside the books. There's other ones that are like, let me see if I can get this back in here. Yeah. So there's other ones that like have the little surprises inside. So there's the Sherlock Holmes one. Let's see if I can get this thing back on. It comes with a little sleeve, so like the magnifying glass doesn't come out. And it's really hard to get back on sometimes. Okay, got her. Okay, so we have that one. There's the other luxury ones with stuff hidden inside. There's a Dracula one with a little, like, vial of blood, I guess. And then there's a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory one with, like, the golden ticket. Those are, like, the luxury ones with special stuff. Okay, also, so I actually got 2 of these because my grandma got me one because she thought it was funny that I was so excited about this. And then I got me one. So I had 2, which is why there's so many books. Each one comes with, like, how many is there? 3? Each one came with 3 books, So in the first one that I bought for myself, it came with like this, there's also like a collection of like literal things. So you can have like this little desk or whatever. So when I got the one I bought, I came with this little magnifying glass, which is cute. It actually kind of works, not very good, but it works. And then the other one my grandma gave me, I'm like holding a package and I'm feeling it, trying to figure out like how big the book is or whatever. And I was like feeling it and I was like, this is not a book. Like, this is weird. This is huge and not a book. And I opened it and it's this damn cat. Like, look. Like, what? And it's huge compared to these little books. Like, look. So I have this cat and this magnifying glass from this stuff. So that's fun. But this is like, I was so excited to open this thing, guys. Like, it was so fun and such an experience. And now I have little bitty trinkets, I guess, to put on my bookshelf. So that's fun. There's a lot of books you could get, though. Like, there is so many. And I only got 2 out of the 6 options for the bookmarks. And they even have, like, 2, they have the luxury ones, which have, like, the hidden surprises inside, like the Sherlock Holmes one. And then they have 2 that are iconic, which is the Hidden Staircase and the Three Musketeers. Those are the iconic ones. And then they even have Legendary, which is Eloise by Kay Thompson. I've never seen that book before, but that's what it is. So, those are really cool. I don't know if there's still more left, but I would love to get more. So, these are really fun. Okay, so that's all of those things in the little ball. And the final bookish update I have is I always say I'm on a book buying ban, and then something happens and I break it. So I'm not very good at being disciplined to that, but this is an exception, okay? So if you've heard me talk about anything about the books I've ever read, you've heard me talk about the Nightfall trilogy with Stars Are Defying and The Stars Are Dying and The Night Is Defying, okay? Those are really good, by Chloe Piñaranda. I hope I said that right, Piñaranda. But she's a really cool author. I love her book. She wrote another series and they're kind of intertwined. I haven't read the other series, but they're intermixed somehow. And this book, kind of the third book that just came out on December 2nd, is the final one in this trilogy. And it kind of like, this one spoils in like her little like author's note, like to the readers in here. She says if you read this one before reading the other series, this spoils the ending of that entire series. So she said you can read this trilogy without reading that series and everything makes sense, but like if you're reading the other series, you need to read all of those before you read this one. So I haven't read any of those books, so we're just gonna read this and live life and YOLO. But number one, let's give the appreciation. She's beautiful, and she's like kind of got this like foiling going on. Gorgeous. We have sprayed edges. All three of them have like this moon and stars kind of vibe going on, and it's like an evolution working with it. And then the back. And then the inside, the cover, like the hardcover without the dust jacket, is also freaking gorgeous. Look at them. This is Estrella and Night, I believe. I mean, it should be. They're on the book cover of every book. But gorgeous. And on the back, it says they will defy fate until the end of time. I'm so excited. So this is my plan, I think. So I'm going to finish reading the Reformatory. Then I'm going to read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and then maybe this one, and then maybe we'll have time to get back to the TBR jar before school starts again, because then I'm going to be running like a chicken with my head cut off all over again and reading a whole bunch of shit for school. Not necessarily books, but the classes I'm taking are going to require a lot of like academic reading, like articles and stuff. So I'm going to be hounded by that. So, but yeah, she's so beautiful. I told myself that I wasn't going to buy this, but then we went to Walmart today to go grocery shopping, and I was like, I know it's there, I have to get it. And I almost fell on my ass. I slipped when I grabbed it in Walmart. But she is secured. I have all three of them in the exact same style and condition and height and hardback, whatever. Like, I'm not usually a person who cares about that, but like these ones, like this design is so beautiful that I wanted them to be the same. So, yeah, we had to get her. So, that is all of the bookish updates I have. So that's my life. So yeah, that's my life updated in books, essentially, right? That's my life right now in books. So that's kind of fun. Yeah. I'm gonna do a book haul after Christmas because I put a lot of books on my list. So I'm not like banking on getting them, but like that's the one thing I write down every single year. So yeah, I wrote down specific ones, but if people don't give me those, that's totally fine. But yeah, I'm excited to see what I might get, and if I don't get some of the ones that I wanted, then I might go buy them myself. But yeah, that's my bookish life update. Thanks for yapping with me again. We love to chat. And I hope you enjoyed Mr. Christmas Tree here. He's gorgeous. I need to get a tree topper, because he's missing his hat or whatever. So, but yeah, thanks for chatting with me. See you next time. Bye.